see, average? Nah, I ain't that chick. I'm Linda Street, and I'm the chief chick of Pink Dragon Artist Syndicate.
I ain't that chick. It's about self-empowerment. It's about self-awareness. It's about self-respect.
Hey, it's Nate with I Ain't That Chick, and welcome to another fantastic episode. I have the pleasure of sitting here with Miss Linda Street of Pink Dragon Artist Syndicate. What is Pink Dragon Artist Syndicate? What is that?
It's actually my consulting company. Okay. Pink Dragon actually came out of a reading that I had. I'd never had any kind of reading done, and somebody asked if they could do it, okay. And it would reveal sort of what image of nature you represented. She did it with cards, and this card that she pulled was this mythical looking pink dragon, and she was looking at it really odd, and she said, "I've never pulled this before." And we're looking at it, and I go, "What is it?" I said, "It's like a dragon, but it's pink." And so I just sort of held on to that, and just some of the qualities that it seemed to represent in the reading.
What are the characteristics, though, of a pink dragon?
You know, the idea that you sort of have a bright, fiery spirit.
Okay.
And you know, a dragon tends to be a little bit misunderstood. You know, people tend to think that a dragon is an evil kind of a character, but isn't really. The dragon tends to be very sort of protective and you know, and mysterious in some ways, and that's where the misunderstanding of what who the dragon is. Okay. And I thought, well, yeah, in a lot of ways that is. That does describe me to a degree. Fast forward a few years later, and when I was trying to think of a name or a brand to shift to start the consulting company, I thought, well, you know what, Pink Dragon.
I read that you were in corporate America at one point, and what were you doing in corporate America?
I worked for a pharmaceutical company, a Fortune 100 company, and I went there as a high school student.
Because you have this very, eclectic look. I don't know if people describe you as eclectic. I don't know. But now, how does that fit in corporate America?
Very carefully.
Very. Yeah, now, were you able to be yourself?
That I think. You know what, I think that's always been a little bit of a challenge. Okay. I think that, early on, I've always, I even look back at pictures as a little girl. I just have always been very self-expressed. And so being myself was kind of easy for me, but being yourself in a way that other people, because people have their expectations of who you should be. So, the challenge isn't always us being ourselves, it's other people allowing it, accepting, and not holding it against you in a sense. Good.
Take me to when you started Pink Dragon.
So, so during the course of the boutique, I was meeting, because it was just funny. We kind of became this go-to spot. Okay. So it was a boutique, but it was a very sort of, kind of like the place to go. And we had, we were doing our own designs, and you could come and could get custom things. So it was very couture, but then we also integrated the art element. Aside from what I did myself, then I started partnering and bringing in other people who I loved what they did, and so we were creating these collaborations and things like that. But in the course of that, one of the things I recognized, I was meeting lots of artists across the spectrum, visual artists, performing artists, that are small business folks who I was starting to sort of do this coaching. Okay. That I had intended to do and then didn't do.
Way back, exactly.
Right.
You veered off. But that's okay.
Off. And so I was doing some of that just in the course of their coming, an artist, she's coming to get, styled for a performance or something. And we're talking strategy and we're talking branding and those things. So when I realized that, once I decided to close the store And it took me a minute to get over that. And I said, okay, let me think what I'm going to do. And I said, you know what? Maybe what I'll do is I'll start to take some of these folks on as clients and do some projects and do some consulting.
Because I look on your Facebook page and I see all this fierceness, all this beauty. I mean, the colors are vibrant in the people and the artists.
It's just the idea of, you know, similar, like-minded people with the same, that's what the Syndicate did. Everybody sitting around the table at the Syndicate, they all had the same goals. You know, good or bad, they all had the same goals. So that's what I look for, partnering and collaborating and representing people in different ways around a common goal.
I want to ask you, like, somebody, you know, there may be another woman that's watching this and she may be caught up, not necessarily corporate America, but she may be living in somebody's mold or definition up for herself. What would you say to her? Somebody that may need to break out and do her own thing and be her own person. How would you encourage her?
I think that, you know, each person has to find a way to sort of tap into what they're comfortable with, because if you're comfortable, that then translates to confidence. And when you're confident, people accept you, because people really do prefer engaging with someone who they know is confident in who they are and about what they're saying and doing.
What is the typical day like for Linda Street or Pink Dragon Artist Syndicate? What's the typical
it's
day
funny
like?
because it's not really, there's no typical day.
I started to say that maybe your day isn't typical.
There is no typical day. You know, I have a home-based office and studio. I'm a master multitasker.
Most women have to be.
Yes. So I'm usually doing a number of things at a time.
No regrets.
No
regrets leaving corporate America. No regrets of launching out into your own. No regrets of what some people may say, well, she tried a business at the t-shirt line, this store, and it failed. So some people might say it failed. So no regrets at all.
No, I had to reconcile that for myself, because I was saying that. I was saying, wow, you know, you didn't have a store, it didn't work out. And then I realized that, you know, the success was in having done it.
That's it.
You know, I did it, and I was glad that I did it.
And some things don't always work the way you want to. But the fact that you got up and you did something.
Yes.
And you wasn't that chick to just stay and be unhappy doing something you didn't want to do.
I'm not. I ain't that chick. I ain't that chick to stay and do something. I've been married twice, and so I ain't that chick to stay in a situation.
You heard it. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us today.
Oh,
we
thank you
really
for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
Let's say goodbye to our people. Bye.